Today, on this episode of RealityGays.
Jovon made a friend he can talk to about Annalyn. Unfortunately, it's someone he used to fuck.
Lisa's gonna sleep in her wigs, y'all. Been there.
And today we learned via Poodle what it's like to set fire to a fish house.
Roll it, Christina.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiance.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Fiance.
Marrying someone you've only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's love. Put in the bingo card what I never knew that I needed on 90 Day Fiance, but was a spiritual healer or leader or whatever this guy is to yell at the spirits and say, "Keep talking, I'm not deaf."
I love this. When he said, "You're gonna get fed."
You're gonna get
Give me. So obviously the spirits are hungry.
the spirits are hungry and they're not loud enough.
I was riveted by this whole section, by this kind of like 3-card Monty dealer of a spiritual advisor.
Who was like just reading the spirits for fucking filth, the ancestors for filth.
Speak up, ancestors. I'm not deaf.
We have the best jobs in the world. It's so stupid.
The funniest thing is, he stated, and this can be true in Africa, especially true in the Caribbean, obviously, where you can have Catholicism, or in this case in Haiti, Catholicism, but also can exist a native religion like voodoo. They can exist.
Well, voodoo is based in Catholicism,
right?
Yeah,
they can exist beside one another.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. He's Christian, but he believes in traditions. And he asked the guy, he's like, is this like good omens? And he's like, then he does a whole 3-card Monty with the spiritual leader, and he's like, and the ancestors say, yes. You know what? Ancestors say, the spirits say it's going to bring you success and good tidings. You're blessed. Where's my money?
Where's my money?
That's what I say every time.
It's what he says every time.
I just want the money. I don't care about the kids.
It's what I want.
It's what I want.
This is Reality Gays, everyone, and and we're gonna do a little different intro. I'm Maddie, and I'm drinking High Noons.
And I'm Poodle, and I'm drinking some concoction of my father's wine, and some type of spritzer. And it's getting me high, I'm telling you, because my father's got new wine. It's going to be a hangover tomorrow for sure.
We're doing a drinking show because we're at home with our families.
If you're on the video tier, you will see me in my parents' wood chalet. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, Christina has blocked out the head of the animal in the corner.
Yeah.
I am in South Carolina. You're in...
I'm in Oklahoma.
What's the town? Buttfuck?
Lone Grove / Ardmore. This is
not familiar.
90 Day. We just had. I just told you. You didn't believe me. Someone at Two Frogs were eating the other night. Stopped me and said, "Matt Marr,
I don't think any of these places are real."
About you. I was just talking about you just 3 days ago, and I was saying best Bruno we ever done had.
I think the entirety of Ardmore / Lone Grove is a delusion. I don't think it's real. I think the whole thing is some big Truman Show style delusion.
Is it like Brigadoon
You're
and it
in
only appears when
psychosis.
does it only come?
It doesn't exist. It couldn't.
It couldn't. Y'all, this is 90 Day Fiance, B90 before the 90 Day. This is episode 8. I'm sorry, season 8, episode 4.
Episode 4.
It's going to
be a bumpy night normally, but they say ride, which to me just takes all the gay teeth out of it.
I agree. As I just spilled high noon on me, I agree.
It's going to be a bumpy night. I've
this
never
is our
heard a
part
pilot
1.
say it's going to be a bumpy ride.
No,
they'll say something
really
like,
we're gonna have it's gonna be some rough air. Just we're gonna try to get through as quick as possible, and it's gonna be fine. And we're 956 for takeoff, so that's me seatbelt signs on, and sit tight. Be there. Thank you for
that was very accurate. And kind of you sounded butch. It was weird. I was like, who is that? Girl. Yes. You know, I just watched actually, because I've been watching. Have you ever seen Bette Davis in A Man Who Came to Dinner, the Christmas movie?
The Man Who Came to Dinner, I believe.
Yeah, The Man Who. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes, it's a fantastic film.
She is so God. You just forget what an incredible actress Bette Davis was.
She's funny.
She's so funny.
Yeah.
She was. I don't think she's as good as an actor, but where people talk about like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is so relatable, or this Julia Roberts is so before. There is a relatability in Bette Davis that is unmatched.
Bette Davis was the Jennifer Lawrence. But Jennifer Lawrence could never, number one. Even though I love Jennifer Lawrence.
I love Jennifer Lawrence, and I love Julia. They could never. Amy Adams could never. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who could do what Bette Davis did. This is getting really gay.
It's available on Tubi if y'all want to watch it. You have to watch commercials, but that's fine. It's free.
Are we pimping Tubi at this point?
That's the only place to watch it. I was like, can I just buy it? Can I rent it? And you couldn't.
I'm getting sad.
We've gone afield, and any announcements or anything. This show is airing. This show is technically airing during the beginning of our vacations.
Yeah.
So
let me just tell y'all. We've had some issues with scheduling because Christmas is the middle of the week this year. I'm going to say this right now. Calendar people, you're never allowed to put Christmas on Wednesday or Thursday or Thursday and Friday or wherever it is again, because it fucks us royally.
I think it should be like Thanksgiving. It doesn't come on a day.
Totally.
It comes on, it's like the Friday.
Jesus wasn't born this anyway. Yes. This is all to compete with the winter solstice so people would convert to Christianity. It's all a con, you sheep.
It's con.
Sheeple.
Yeah, sheeple.
Well, I'm on a tear. This is going to be a long show.
Great.
I have one big news announcement. You saw this. Chantel Everett, as in former wife of Pedro, mother Karen, sister Winter, the Chantel, the family Chantel, is engaged to a woman, to Ashley.
Ashley, this is. I feel like this is my fault. Because this is a problem. You've talked about this.
It's too early.
When you cast a spell or do a manifestation, you've got to be very specific. And I said, she should just be with the woman. And I should have been way more specific about what type of woman she should be with.
Because you hauled it up.
I'm telling you, don't you feel, y'all, I feel it in my bones. The family Chantel will be returning.
I don't see how it could not.
I think we're going to be getting the show again.
And that is, for me, it's both good news and horrible news.
It's good for us, but I feel bad
it's
for
also
Chantel.
bad for us.
It's bad for Chantel, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad for Chantel. I agree with you. She needs to create some boundaries with her family, and she won't with that.
If anybody will make you do, it's a strong lesbian. Anyway, go ahead.
If you do not know, we are on vacation currently. The last things you will get from us that is 90 Day related is going to be this show and the following part 2 of B90 that will air December 28th and 29th. And then we're on vacation. You're going to get, I think, 2 episodes of our crap. You should have already gotten our 2 episodes of Gay Crappins previously.
We're gonna have
and you'll
2
get
more.
2 more episodes next week, and you'll get a special Christina's Best of.
Yes, Christina's Best of. That will be on New Year's
Best
Eve,
of 2025 of RG.
Yeah, on New Year's Eve.
And then you'll get a special, I believe, a holiday, not really a holiday, but an AM Gay, where you'll hear that from us.
I will say, not to promote our own shit, but why not? Be proud of what you do. On Friday, y'all, our Gaily Dose year-end wrap-up. First of all, it's an hour episode. I thought it was such a great episode.
We talked about a lot of stuff.
We had a lot of fun. And also, for some of you that are on are on any tier of RG Plus, because this is available on the $5 tier, I highly recommend listening to our Bi-Curious of Surviving Mormonism with Heather Gay. We kind of didn't know what to expect, but I thought that was one of the best conversations
we
that
had
you and
some
I've ever had
really
about
good
a show.
conversations about
I loved it.
Being gay in religion, being gay in culture, in society, and how we even anyone coming out of anything coming out is a ubiquitous experience for a lot of things. It's not the same for everybody, but everyone can relate. So I think we had a really good show talking about it.
Yeah, I'm really proud of it, actually.
And that's our Bi-Curious that was aired on Saturday.
It was aired on the 20th. Yeah, on Saturday the 27th.
Time doesn't exist for me. I'm like Mariah Carey right now.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. I love that clip of Mariah Carey going around where Angie Cohen said, "Can you say 3 things nice about Nicki Minaj?" And Mariah Carey says, "Can you?
Can you?
Can you?"
And now we all knew.
Yeah.
Oh, we all kind of knew anyway.
It's fine. I like Cardi B more anyway. So there we go. I was going to
say it was always Cardi B or
Cardi's
Megan
more
Thee Stallion.
talented anyway.
It was always Cardi B or Megan.
Yes. I like Doechii a lot too. We need to move on.
I think our Sissy Squad is snoozing. If you're hearing this now, our Sissy Squad's been snoozing for a while, but we open back up on January 2nd.
At noon
in our Facebook group,
I believe Pacific time, but
I'm not going to put that on them.
There's a post. There's a post in the Facebook group, and if because we understand we're not a support group, we never want to be a support group.
But the holidays are a tough time.
We're fun, but holidays are a tough time. Sometimes people just need to vent and talk. There is a Discord link that will be up during the holidays. Mind you, it's not going to be super moderated, so don't show your ass. But if you feel like you need just to kind of vent and have some other sissies join in that, because we get it, go to the Facebook group. You'll see the link with the Discord link, and you can do.
I think it's
Discord.
pinned. Yep.
Yeah.
So y'all, we know it's a tough time of year. Trust me, I'm aware. As she'll hear from the next couple stories I'm going to recount, I'm aware. It's a tough time of year.
Poodle's aware. I can't tell my stories. I just told them off the air.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
I guess I just have more fortitude.
I texted my therapist this morning and I said, "So are you free next week?"
Oh, I have to see mine when I'm home. It's the only way I get by.
Shout out to our therapist sissies right now, too, because there's a lot of, it's a hard job listening to this. So we love you and we appreciate, I know. Well, you weren't a quote therapist, but you were a voice teacher and you were a coach. So we both know personally what that's like to go through. So sending you all the dick piggery love.
Before we start, I just have a couple of things I need to share about being home in South Carolina.
Oh no.
This year I decided to just write down in some notes some actual direct quotes. So instead of telling these stories, I'm going to read them in a kind of almost radio play format, like
love it.
Mother, :
Great.
So it's been a little hectic with my parents this time. Everyone just just stating the obvious. Everyone's a little on edge this year anyway. Sometimes 2025 does that. We are going over to my brother's house tomorrow night. My father just got over a really bad chest cold. And I remember mentioned when he lost his voice completely and was tapping my mother on the shoulder. And he's scaring the life out of me because he couldn't talk. And so my mother is still dealing with that and has some type of PTSD about it. So she's terrified of my father getting sick again. And so there's this whole idea we may not even go over to my brother's tomorrow night. And so there's this, it's all drama, all sound and fury, signifying nothing. But it's just what they need to do to keep the anxiety constant in their lives to feel normal. And which is how I realized I used to live my whole life.
Yeah.
So I just thought I would share 3 little anecdotes. This is number 1. This is titled, by the way, Quotes from My Mother and Father Over the Holiday.
Great.
Mother Poodle enters room where I'm working on the computer. Are you working? I'm asking because you might want to shut the door because your father's going to come in all flustered. He's going to set fire to the fish house. Me. Question mark. What? I told you, he's going to set it on fire. We've had a real problem with rats in there. We tried to poison them, but nothing works. So he's going to set it on fire. And then he's going to shoot them when they come running out. Me. What? I just thought you should know. Thank you. One more question. What do you want for dinner tonight? So, I need to explain this.
What's a fish house?
The fish house is where my parents, growing up, we raised trout and catfish. Not catfish are all gone, but now it's just the trout in ponds. And there's some. And this fish house is where we kept the food. And apparently, they've been having a rat problem. It's way far away from the house. And the second part of the story is my mother had some benches in there. And my father did not take them out before he set this was a big, this looked almost like an outhouse. My father, because just set it on fire and was shooting the rats as they came out of it. And my father's like, friend, I took some of their tails and threw them in the water and they just and it slipped off of them. And I said, you didn't want to kill them all? He's like, they're not my problem anymore. As long as they're outside of my fish house.
Okay.
So this is a country story, but when my mother said, your father set the fish house on fire. And I went, what the fuck are you talking about? And I had to kind of be brought back into the world. And you know what? I went down to make sure. My father was pouring gasoline on top of a wooden structure. And I said, Dad, should you be burning this? He's like, friend, I called the county and told them, and I left a message for them saying I was going to be burning on my land. And so my father set a fire, and inside were benches that my mother had gotten for something. And my father's like, they were rickety anyway, to my mother. And she's like, oh, your dumbass father just set a fire to my benches. Everything I want gets burned. That's story 1.
That's story
1. No, it's insane over here. I'm telling you that now. It is absolutely the upside down. This is another one from my mother. This is from my mother. Did I tell you what happened with Brother Poodle, sister-in-law Poodle, and nephew Poodle's birthday cards? I sent them in March. You know the mail won't deliver to their house because they live too far out on that road. It's a country road. It's not a county road. So they were getting their mail at the mailbox, etc. store. That happened for a while. So I went in there, and the woman in there, I already had a bad feeling about her. She looked weird to me. She's probably on drugs or something. And I told her this was for my son and his wife and my grandson. You know what? And after all that, they never got the birthday cards. And I put $40 in the one for nephew Poodle. And 3 weeks ago, sister-in-law Poodle goes back to pick up some more mail, and the birthday cards are there, and they've all been opened. And they've been resealed. And that $40 that I put in there for my grandson Poodle was stolen. And I think this woman in there has a whole racket where she just steals birthday cards and steals the money in them. And I asked to speak to the manager, and there was no one there to help me. So after the new year, I'm going to get this whole thing sorted out.
Uh-oh. I feel like we should have this shade.
So my mother apparently thinks that at our mailboxes, etc., in Easley, South Carolina, a woman is stealing money. I think she probably is. She's
I think she probably is.
Like my mother said, but my mother is going to get to the bottom of it. It's the last thing I'll leave you with. Wow. At dinner scene, I commented that my mother wasn't eating a lot of soup for dinner. She was eating just a little bit that I'd made. And she said, I still don't feel well after what you said to me earlier today. You know, my stomach doesn't do well when I get upset.
What you said to her?
Yes. It wasn't even bad.
What did you say?
I don't even know.
You don't even know what you said?
And then later on, my father said, they're sitting by the hearth, and my mother's laying down, and my father said, he'd eaten 2 bowls of soup because he really liked it. And he's like, friend, I ate too much. And my mother said, I feel fine. I ate the perfect amount. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's like living in my house. I ate the perfect amount. Didn't overeat.
Your family really is a living embodiment of Mama's family.
It really is.
It really
it is absurd here. Like, I don't even have to change anything. And it's like it's a script. They're insane. Anyway, I got that off my chest. But the whole thing about burning the fish house and that I just, and she just said, you want to shut the door because your father's going to come in here all flustered.
My favorite part of that house. My favorite part of that story is, I thought you should know.
I know. I just thought you should know. I don't know. And I said, why are you telling me? She's like, I don't know. I thought you should know. And my father's like, friend, I shot a lot of rats today. Let's just jump into this.
Does not condemn setting fire and burning / shooting rats.
We do not.
We don't. So PETA people, don't come for us. We do not endorse that.
We don't. Apparently, though, these were large water rats, and I did
water
not
rats
see
are
them.
Massive.
Yeah. And but my father, they've been trying to poison them for months. And they would eat the poison.
They're smart.
Yeah. Yeah. So apparently my father decided to set on fire a building.
Was there still trout in the building? Or they feed the trout in the water?
Yes.
And that's just the storage for the food?
Yes.
Well, maybe they could put everything in Tupperware, maybe.
I don't think that's going to have to do with these rats. We need to move on. And I don't think you should try to solve my parents' problems.
Yeah, I said it and I was like, I actually don't care.
Why don't you not be a fucking people pleaser, even with my parents?
I
Go
said
call
it,
your
really
therapist.
I was like, I don't care if they have rats or not. Okay.
Lisa and Daniel.
Y'all last week made your voices heard. You know, because we're 2 men, we're 2 gay men, we're 2 childless gay men. And we sometimes don't want to go hard on people. it made me, I actually was like, whoa, that all the sissies after last episode were like, she's a bad mother. Y'all fucking came for her.
It was that she's dragged her daughter through every bad relationship.
She's dragged her daughter through this, and she's going to get engaged to this guy again when that's the one thing Faith wanted her not to do.
I have to say, y'all, if there's an example of when you as a child creates a boundary to maybe not have contact with a toxic parent, it's this one. This is a perfect example.
It's a perfect example.
And it's not that she's malevolent. It is
That's
that
a great point.
It is that her actual irresponsibility at life has made her daughter's life a disaster.
Yeah, her life is chaos, and it's yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not even malevolent. It's just this woman feels inferior, and she's going to change herself to everyone she's with. And unless you're
go ahead.
Unless you're Elizabeth Taylor, you don't need to have more than 4 to 5 spouses.
Or
no one does.
Or Poodle.
Allegedly.
Because when
can you find them? Can you are they here? Can you locate them?
Well, but when she said, I'm technically not divorced, but in my heart I feel like I'm free to marry, and I went, that's Poodle logic.
Exactly.
That is Poodle logic.
It reminded me of that girl Indy when she said, Harry and I aren't married, but we're spiritually married. I'm spiritually divorced.
I am. It's not this. I think you bring up a good point in not being malevolent, because honestly, this is a lot of our parents. A lot of our parents are trying to. They do love. That's what's complicated about a parent and child relationship, is that they do love us, and they nurture us in some ways or partly, or it would be almost better if they were. It was not such a gray issue, but more black and white. Your parents terrible. They call you which is horrible. I'm not saying that's better. I don't want to compare, because that's a horrible existence. But I just bring up, I feel for Faith, because I think you and I both relate to having complicated relationships with our parents when we know that kind of love was there, but Lisa's on, like, I kind of wonder, like, if this woman has a little bit of like mental illness or like past addiction, the way she's kind of like love addiction with Daniel. Like, there's something going on. I think it's for sure
love addiction. I think she's just been beaten down her whole life. Also, we heard you about her. King of Prussia is a suburb. This woman is definitely, I heard her talk more. This is a Southern Louisiana dialect. It has to be. The way
she's from the South.
To me, it's Southern Louisiana. The way she says like paw, like park, and it feels like you're listening to Gypsy Rose. It's Southern Louisiana or maybe Alabama, but I think it's Southern Louisiana Bayou. It'd be interesting to know what her original surname was.
I think shout out to Amy Archer of Little Miss Recap. She was texting us about it. She was like, she sounds like Gypsy Rose.
She totally does. And as soon as I heard it, and I went, yep, that's it. It's Southern, but it's also, she hasn't lived there for a while. So y'all, she's leaving. She's leaving with her 3 wigs, which she is planning to not wear until she gets on the plane because they bother her. But she's doing all this to please Daniel. Again, because she wants to be his ultimate dream, and she is changing herself. I really will double down on this. I think she has made herself, or tried to make herself, into anything her current partner wants to be.
I agree.
And that is a recipe for unhappiness.
I agree.
And resentment.
She's going to sleep in this wig. And look, y'all, we don't know a lot about wigs, but we know something. Poodle really does. But the reason that our wigs...
It's really hard to sleep in a wig.
Yeah. A, the reason they look bad, and B, the reason they're really uncomfortable, because they're cheap wigs. And Lisa's buying cheap wigs.
Yeah.
If you buy a nice wig, it breathes
With human
I
hair.
mean, it's a human hair. It's a whole different experience.
Agreed. If you
But
buy
you
something
can't-
from the Vivica Fox collection,
You can't
it's
sleep
going to
in a
last you 2 weeks.
You can't sleep in a Vivica Fox
No.
wig.
And that
No.
has its place.
Oh yeah, we love a Vivica Fox shake and go. Sure.
Anyway, she says, and Faith is basically saying, today she's flying to Nigeria. I'm really worried because she's horrible with directions. I hope she gets her answers. I still have some concern. And Lisa basically says, so the certified letter is coming today for the divorce. You know, to go to the post office and mail it. I want to come clean and say I was married, but I need to show him the paperwork and say I was. So all the machinations, she's now involving her daughter.
I was going to say I thought this is not your daughter's business. She has to do this at all.
And then now I feel like though if you kind of approached this woman and said this, she would fall apart and start crying and she would victimize herself.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this woman she has no fucking clue the damage she's done to her own child.
Yeah, she is not.
And I don't want to let her off for that.
No.
Mm-hmm. So Faith says, Mom, here's the thing. You not only lied about having one fling with a woman, you've been married to women several times. And also, you've told her that you're currently not married. And it's also to a woman.
Yes. You've told him that you're not married to a woman. Yes. So I'm a little worried. She's like, and Lisa says,
but she was single in her heart.
Said, I have been with y'all. She told him that she had one dalliance with a woman. She's been married to women,
and he's freaked out by it.
She's been married to women for the last 21 years. But again, she said, in my heart, I'm free to marry.
In my heart.
The
level of delusion is almost impressive.
It actually is almost impressive.
You have to have so much trauma and PTSD to carry this through.
Your father's gonna burn the fish house. I'm sorry, it's still in my head.
It's actually, your father's gonna set fire to the fish house. It's gonna be on fire. This rat's gonna be running out of it. Notice I didn't ask why. You notice I didn't ask why because I already know why. Because they're fucking crazy. Because I come from crazy country people, y'all.
You do. That's why you get a little crazy.
And that's why I'm crazy. As soon as that conversation was over, I dictated it all into my phone.
Thank you. That was our gift.
So she's leaving, and the producer said, so if Daniel talks to Lisa, if Daniel were to ask you to marry him while you were in Nigeria, what would you say? And this is the thing where I go, I don't know if your love addiction is so strong that it's eclipsing your relationship or your actual responsibility to your child.
Yeah,
and I think it is.
I want to answer that and say yes, because
yes, it is.
I think some people think, people say love, and when I say love addiction earlier, and I think when you say it too, we're not throwing that around the way people say.
This is serious.
People are not saying, it's the way people throw around and say, oh, he's OCD, she's OCD, and they're not. They're just kind of type A. No, this is, the word addiction is in it for a reason. This person needs to go to Love Addicts Anonymous. They need to, and when you have an addiction, nothing is more important when you are in the throes of that addiction.
I think it's important to think about, because to ask, why would she do this to her daughter? This is,
she's sick.
She's not well. She feels so badly about her place in the world that she needs to do this. And she thinks that the love of a stranger is going to save her.
And this is not to give her an excuse to be like,
It's not.
because
But it's to
not.
understand
it's just
her.
to understand. If you actually understand the disease of addiction and what it is, then you can treat it.
Yes,
But
to
she's
understand
not
her.
even there. I mean,
She's not gonna treat
but
it.
all I can hope is that Faith would go to some Al-Anon meetings or something like that, because I bet
Let's
she would
hope
get
so.
a lot of help from that.
So
God, when she said that,
when she said, I would say no, but my heart says hold on to Daniel and just do it. And I
jump
want to be
with both feet in.
I want to be Mrs. Daniel. I want to be with him, and I don't know what I'll do if I wasn't.
She's going to do it, y'all. And we see next week, he proposes to her when she gets to the airport.
Yeah.
Because this guy wants to really go to fucking America.
Yes. And Faith basically tells her at the airport, remember the rules, don't get married on the trip, even if the divorce comes through. And you notice a parentified child relationship immediately.
Yeah.
When she's talking to her daughter, when she's talking to her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, I hope Daniel will accept me for everything I am and who I am, and he'll become my sixth and final spouse. 24 hours earlier.
24 hours.
Lagos, Nigeria.
Been here before.
We know quite well.
At this point, there's just a Matt Sharp Studios in Lagos, Nigeria.
We know the Lagos Travel Inn.
We do. Michael, we know it well.
So we see him like poling on the river, and we meet Daniel. He's quite attractive. I'm not going to lie.
He's beautiful. He's 39 years old. And first thing he says is he's a Christian.
A 39-year-old single man in Nigeria? What's going on there?
Something's going on. I didn't get a gay vibe from him, but
it's not that. It doesn't always
but there's
have
something
to be
going
that,
on.
But
I'd like it to always be that, because just for my spank bank dreams.
No, we got a gay vibe later on. Don't worry.
Oh.
With Miss Beercon. Yeah. Nothing says gay like, I'm going to watch some TV. I'll see you in the bedroom in a minute. Y'all, that's exactly what we said to our girlfriends. And they said, meet us in the bedroom.
And you're right, because
I'm just going to watch Project Runway. I'll be right there.
Because Laura is a queer dear. She's a sissy. She's one of our own. And as we know, I'm not just talking to you, Pauline, to many of you sissies out there. Y'all have dated so many gay people. Gay people. So you should make a thread in the Facebook group about my gay boyfriend, and I bet you'll be 200 comments deep about you all just talking about your gay boyfriends.
And here you are listening to two fags. So he says, I'm a Christian. I believe in traditions. I'm from the Igbo tribe. We love competition. We work hard. I grew up poor. Sometimes I only ate once a day, and I'm very close to my family. Seems like a pretty traditional African,
yes.
or traditional Nigerian guy. And he said, my mom passed away a few years ago, but before she died, she told me that during the war, she was nearly killed, but she was protected by a white woman, and that I needed to marry a white woman. So I decided I would do it. And I found Lisa. Sounds like true love.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
Sure, this is your story. Okay, great. He likes that she is thick and curvy,
has a good body structure. She says she has a good body structure.
A good body structure, and she supports me financially. And she supports me financially and makes me feel love. Yeah, that's how Poodle.
That's how I feel love.
Yeah, that's how I'm learning to feel love when you support me financially.
When I see that direct deposit show up in my bank account, that's love.
Or you hear that Venmo sound, that cha-ching.
Oh. And I go, oh. And it's like Pepe Le Pew. The hearts come out. Whoop, 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 whoop. I think he's canceled.
I think he is canceled. He got me too'd.
Consent did him all out.
Pepe Le Pew got me too'd.
So he goes to his spiritual leader, and we've talked about this before, and he's asking the gods questions. I got to say, you are quite lippy with the gods.
I mean, he was like,
kind of a little salty with the gods.
I can hear you.
The ancestors.
Was he using dice or was he using chicken bones? Because there is
I'm
a thing
not
with
sure
voodoo
what
with
it
using.
was.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. Do we have any?
We
voodoo?
have some Nigerian sissies,
but no, I meant like voodoo or hoodoo.
This was not voodoo. I will tell you that. That's specifically
I'm just like,
more Haiti.
I know. I would just be interested because y'all voodoo is associated with Catholicism and hoodoo is associated with Protestantism.
Might be some Papa Legba stuff.
I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
It's a kind of a.
If you can't speak to it, if you don't know much about it,
it's kind of a white magic you'll see in some African cultures. So I'd like to know if anyone knows about this because
we do have some Nigeria baby sissies.
Yeah. But again, all of this coexists alongside Christianity. Mm-hmm. So it's not like in a lot of evangelical circles in America, we would consider this like satanic. It's not that way there.
No, because there's a lot of ancestor talk. So it's like your family. It's just, that's association.
Daniel is worried about three things. The fact that she vapes. Perish the thoughts.
She's been married twice.
And the third.
And I went, what? Wait. You only know she's been married twice?
Nope. There are three more.
And what's the last one?
She was physical with a woman one time. One time. Killing me softly with your song. Two times.
It was two times.
Yo, she fingered infinite times.
Yeah. Infinite.
And
you know what? Yeah. This is what I love about not this. I gotta say, I thought this was a great episode. I'm really loving this season of B90 because I think it's firing on all B90
full of
cylinders.
Yeah.
And one of the things is that you're seeing, yes, he's conning her, but ultimately she's conning him. She's conning him. The American is conning the Nigerian.
It is greater, if not, it is just as equal, if not greater, on the American side. And it usually is. Yeah. It's like Rick. It's like Rick with Trisha. And in some ways, Rick is completely lying and misrepresenting himself to Trisha.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I love that in the beginning of 90 Day, it was always the impetus was on the foreigner was tricking them. And that does happen.
If you look back at like Angela and Michael and baby girl Lisa and Usman, that was very much on the Nigerian scamming the other person. This is very different. Good point.
And but he says, I've been planning to propose, and if I marry Lisa, she will change the history of my family for good.
And I'll go to America and my life will be better.
Shall we move on to a new couple?
Boop, boop. New couple alert.
No couple alert.
We've got Jovon.
I think it's Jovon.
Jovon, I'm sorry. I got to say this. This whole when Harry met Sally couples talking about in this senior center of how they met their loved ones was so well done. And it was so moving. And how it flowed into the intro of him. I thought this was one of the greatest introductions of 90 Day Fiance history.
I've got to say, this is extremely well produced. The producers
it was brilliant.
In this segment knew what they were doing.
It made me teary because of Rob Reiner, and this just happened. And because that is when Harry met Sally, y'all, when the couples are talking throughout the film.
Someone who produces this and whoever is the line producer on this knows what they are fucking doing. And if you listen to this, props. Because this was great. I thought it was a great way to find it, because the whole thing about 90 Day Fiance, y'all, you know this, so you're watching, is this ineffable concept of love and how you find your, quote, forever person. We know that doesn't exist. But that's the whole show is a meditation on that. And
wow, I never heard
it is. It is. Maybe it's my father's new wine talking.
I think it might be, but go ahead.
I just called it the ineffable concept of love.
You did, and then it's a meditation.
It is. From now on, you can say that 90 Day Fiance is a meditation on the concept of love.
Oh, you're a faggot.
Anyway,
but you're not wrong.
Jovon walks in, which to me was the worst part, and goes, "Here's your lemonade." Jovon is 38 from Jacksonville, Alabama. Every town must have or every state must have a Jacksonville.
I think so.
I'm not sure where Jacksonville is in Alabama.
Oklahoma doesn't have one, but Texas does, because I went to a wedding in Jacksonville.
No one cares. He works at a nursing home, and he says he likes his job. He's like, but I like that old people have no filter. I'm going to say this. Most people who work that's not true. I'm not sure. I can't even say that. But I would prefer if people who worked at nursing homes had a passion for helping people. I don't feel like this guy does it all. I feel like he's there for a fucking paycheck.
He said he likes his job. He didn't say he loved it. And because honestly, too, it's sad and just the way
low-paying job. He said
these are one of the most low-paying jobs in our country.
But he says
really says
American women want a
six
pack, 6 figures, 6 inches, and that's not me. And that's when I
got none of them.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Check, please.
Yeah.
As soon as he said that, I was like, "Oh, I don't even think he's that cute."
He's fine,
and I'm gonna say he only gets worse.
But he gets worse. Yeah, there's a charm to him, and I can see, but he gets worse. Yeah.
So,
also, I don't remember her that name. I'm just going to call her Miss Betty. But that little old lady, the oldest one, that talked about meeting her husband at a fair. And then later on when he says, "Oh, I'm married to my wife and I've never met her." And she looks up at him and goes, "Oh, okay."
Y'all, that okay was riddled with so much judgment. That's Alabama.
That's Alabama. That's where my dad's family's from.
And then we meet Annalyn, who is 38 from the Philippines, Cavite. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Who I'm a fucking fan of already.
I'm going to say Annalyn gives me Christina energy.
I totally agree. But also, you know who she reminds me of? Jasmine.
Oh, okay.
She's got a Jasmine feel to her.
I feel like there's a star quality to her.
I feel like she's a star. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they connected 5 years ago online and married for 2. And she's like, no, he's wrong. We've been together in a relationship for 6 years and married for 3.
I think we're going to leave her.
And so she said, even though we're on opposite sides of the world, we'll talk for hours. And she made me the happiest I've ever been. And he said, after a year, I wanted to meet her in person, but then COVID hit and I couldn't travel. Annalyn says, I was afraid I would lose him. So I saw all these couples getting married online. And I thought if we were legally married, he could come visit because they allowed family and blood or a spouse. Y'all, this motherfucker's a dusty. He is so dusty.
He had to say, look, I know it's not cheap to go to the Philippines, but the fact that he had to wait so long to pay for this, and we're going to get into it later. Again, this guy also, he's a dog. Just totally simple.
Oh, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. And so, y'all, we see their online wedding where they're putting the rings on themselves. I'm going to say this now.
I want y'all, I know what you're going to say, even though you haven't told me, but I know you. I want all of you to listen to Poodle's wisdom in this right now. All right? Go.
If you have to put the ring on your own finger, you're not getting married and you don't need to get married. Mic drop.
Exactly. If
you need to have a COVID ceremony, you need to wait. This is not what your wedding should be.
If you're putting the ring on your finger, then guess what? No one is ever going to put anything on your metaphorical finger. They're never going to give to
I could kind of understand if you had met before and were separated by the pandemic. These two people have never met before.
Never met.
This is not something you do with someone you've never met, because this is making them. I'm the last to make a mockery of marriage because I've made a mockery of it many, many times.
Many times.
But even I wouldn't do this because I think
were married
at least
once
marriage,
for 2 minutes.
Marriage is between me and my husband's bank account.
Yeah.
I mean, my husband.
Yeah, I know. That's what I took. Yeah, that's what
But at least I'm in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the respect.
Again, even that wedding that you were married only 2 minutes, you showed up.
I made an appearance. I left right away, but that's fine.
They said it was the quickest marriage and divorce in North Dakota.
I love that record. And the Guinness Book of World Records. Remember how big of a deal the Guinness Book of World Records used to be?
They were such a big...
I read the Guinness Book of World Records like crazy.
You would get the New Year edition and you would start reading it to see. Yes, I did too.
And then I would say, "Mama, someone balanced 8 trays of plates on themselves." And Jaybird, I can't listen to any more facts.
Jaybird, your father's in the trout house.
All the way to Myrtle Beach. Me reading the Guinness Book of World Records. I can't take any more. Oh, that's it. We're not stopping at the rest area. This new wine is hitting me. Gotta say that.
Great. We haven't even done part 2 yet. Great.
So anyway, she says that they got married online, and he's like, I had faith in her, so he's like, I finally found my perfect wife. I just need to see her in person. And the women at the nursing home was like, how could this happen? And he's like, it's really expensive to travel there, and I've had to save up for years. And over the years, he said they've tried to meet up, but work and finances have gotten in the way.
He's also said, go ahead.
No, I'm fine.
Well, I was going to say, he also added that, and honestly, she's changed, he says, since I met her. She was more positive before.
Oh, we're going to talk about this.
And he says, and now she's not. Where Annalyn, we actually like that they do this. Again, this is a different tactic. Normally, we get all one side of the American story.
No, they're going to troll this
next
motherfucker.
Episode. Yeah, this shows. And then normally, in the next episode or 24 hours earlier, we'll get like Annalyn's side of the story. They are intercutting both of them. I said that so intercutting both of them together. Let me tell you what Jovon prizes in a woman, as he says.
Because
she said she's always been feisty. She's like, and we can see that, y'all.
He says she used to be so patient and sweet and non-aggressive and easy. And I went, message received. You want a fucking blow-up doll.
Yeah.
Message received, you asshole. We get it. You want someone who only affirms you, who is sweet, who is passive, who is positive, and only validates you. Got it. Message received.
Then don't marry a woman with Christina energy.
No, this is totally Christina energy.
It's totally Christina.
he says, she says, I've always been feisty. He knows that. I'm not the typical Filipina. I don't like being controlled. And Jovon says, I had to fight to speak. We're fighting more and more. Before I apply for the spousal visa, we need to spend some time together. So to me, this sounds like if you're going to come here, I'm going to need this guarantee that you're going to be sweet to me.
It does feel like that.
You're not going to fight with me.
Well, because even later,
fuck off,
so
you man, baby.
He is a man, baby. He's going shopping with his sister Ashley, and as he's talking to her, you know, he's saying, you know, we've kind of been spiraling in and out, but when it's good, it's good. And I love Ashley. Ashley is a real bitch, and she's like, look, well, she's fun, but she's a lot. And she's like, but I do think they love each other. But she tells him,
not a normal marriage.
Like, she said, and they call her Anna. She said, Anna called me at work, and she's like, I'm with customers. And she's just talking about you and being like, your brother did this, your brother did this. And then she said something about you talking with a woman. And she said, who is that woman? And then, he tells her.
She's just, here's the thing. She's just a woman. She's a woman she's a friend, really, that I've known for a long time. You know, we communicated so well that we could stay on the phone for hours. I think that's because we both had problems with our relationships. And she went, what?
And she's like, what? She's like, so what bothered her about you doing that?
But I got to say, this woman is much more easygoing and positive. In other words, this is much more of what I would want.
And then he finally admits.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Poodle.
And no, I was just going to say, he said, so why is Annalyn threatened by her? She's like, am I missing something? She goes, well, there used to be this small, teensy little thing between the two of us. And Ashley, like every woman, said, oh, fuck no, that's not okay.
That's not good.
And all of us went, and as soon as he said, this is a friend I used to, I'm like, oh, this is a guy somebody dated. I knew it immediately, and I went, you're a fucking dog.
It's a fucking dog because and I love that Ashley says, and then Jovon says, well, she blocked me. She just gets so aggressive. And Ashley says,
aggressive, another word he doesn't like out of women.
Now, look, do I think she's a lot kind of like Jasmine, like you said? I think that's a good comparable.
I don't care.
Because Ashley says, I love Ashley when she said, look, I know she's 1,000% unhinged and off her rocker, but he knows how to press her buttons. And when Jovon FaceTimes her, I got to say, I'm totally Team Anna. When she said, look, it's not like you're alone. Because he tries to, but we don't need to go through it all. But basically, he tries to guilt her to say, I can't talk to you. You're
to your
crazy
mom,
woman. You're aggressive.
Your dad,
your
sister.
She's like, yes, you have all these people to talk to. You
a
don't
good
need
male
to talk
friend.
You don't need to talk to someone you want to bang.
Your pastor. Drunk on a bar stool. Some hobo outside the Amtrak station.
Throw him on the trash pile.
I totally agree. In what episode?
I'm like, this woman is going to devour him, and he deserves
and I can't
every bit of it. I love watching women take down men.
When she answered the phone and went, hello, Jovon, she's like, what do you want now?
What do you want now? And the only reason she unblocked him because Ashley called her and talked to her. And Ashley probably called her and was like, girl.
I know. We know our brother. Yeah.
Yeah, we know our brother. I bet you're going to find out more about him.
Please, 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 sisters and mothers, stop enabling these weak-ass fucking men.
And I don't think she
stop
was.
talking to their girlfriends.
Oh.
Stop doing this shit. Don't do this for them.
I think probably what their intention is, they're probably calling her and being like, we get he's a shit too. But maybe not. Maybe not. Well, but he basically says, I want to have better communication. And she agreed. He said, I want to work on our communication.
I did like
she's
when
like, are you going to stop talking to her?
When she went, if you can't talk to me, you're American. Get some therapy.
And Dusty said,
and he had the nerve to say, who can afford therapy these days?
I'm going to say this now, y'all. As someone who is in the field, it is is therapy, a lot of therapy, catered to people with affluency and more means of money. I totally agree that. And I see that. And insurance doesn't cover a lot of it for people. So I don't want to shame people in therapy. I just want to say, though, that because what city is he in again?
Jacksonville, Alabama.
That's a big enough city. There's so many centers or there's places you could go. And now
you could talk. I guarantee you he could join a church and talk to his pastor for free.
Yeah. Yes, there are resources that people. So any of you out there to be like, I can't afford therapy.
He used to fuck. He just wants to talk to this woman.
That's it. He doesn't want to grow. He wants to hoe.
I think we need to leave on that.
And that's the show.
I gotta say.
Okay, this episode, not the episode of television, our episode of this podcast was a motherfucking ride. This was a ride. I don't even know what to say.
And why am I getting scruff messages from somewhere in Pickens? Jesus.
All right, everybody. All right, that is the show. We're going to talk about, on episode 2, we're going to talk about Emma and Ziad, and we're going to talk about Forrest and Sheena. What a riveting segment with them as well as Laura and Beer Con.
And there will be a Broadway corner.
Yeah. So check us out on part 2, which will be airing tomorrow. Or if you're on the video tier, the $15 video tier of RG Plus, or that's on Patreon Supercast, you can just jump right into the next episode, because on Sunday night we put both video episodes out for you to see. And I guarantee you on part 2, Poodle and I are going to be drunker.
Probably.
Because we're getting a refill.
I'm already a little tipsy now because this new wine.
All right, everybody. That's the show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and listening or watching. If you're watching on YouTube today, we appreciate you very much. And until then, we call these people lonely hearts, because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And if you are a woman who is easy, sweet, positive, and validating, what are you doing listening to this show? Because that's not a sissy.
Not a sissy. Don't call us.
And not aggressive.
Yeah, you need to go. You need to burn your metaphorical fish house.
Burn it down. Benches included. Call us.